Eric, mixed news, I think, on the iPhone sales, but Apple enjoying a big surge on a big buyer of their stock recently, huh?
Oh, definitely. I mean, Apple currently is the world's largest publicly traded company. It's nearing $1 trillion, but I think it still has a lot more room to grow. With the iPhone X, we saw they really made a very risky foray into the smartphone future by getting rid of seemingly everything that past Apple customers liked about the smartphone. I mean, the headphone jack, the home button, pricing it at over $1,000, but it actually still sold relatively well. And I mean, I really think it was an experimental product by trying to get a head start into the smartphones of the future, so to say, where there will be more need for processing capabilities to host the software on it. And Apple still sold it pretty well, and they made it's a very high margin product. And so I think in the future, as they better understand consumer sentiments and et cetera, they'll be able to better sell their smartphones. And beyond that, too, Apple, as we saw in their most recent quarter, is beginning to also increase their revenue diversification. And so in the past, they've been really focused on smartphones as their core business segment. But in recent months and years overall, they've been also increasing other sales for software, for services, for products, ranging from iTunes to the Apple Watch to iPads. And I think in the future, as these products begin to grow, and we are seeing they're growing rapidly. I mean, the Apple Watch is regularly posting triple-digit gains every quarter. I think this will be a major source of growth in the future for Apple, even given its current size. And I think all of this together is really painting a good picture for Apple. And amid all of that, we also see that they currently are really caring about the shareholders as well, which is important for a company in terms of the stock price. And so they recently authorized an additional $100 billion stock buyback. And so the fact that, and as well as increasing their dividend. And so even given their current size, the fact that they still are also engaging in positive shareholder actions is a positive sign.
Which you can do with $65 billion a year of free cash, no doubt about that.
Yeah,
a stock you don't like, Tesla, you're bearish. Tell us briefly why you don't like Tesla.
And so Tesla has long been controversial in the investing world, primarily because it has never made a profit. It's always been very volatile, very much based on future technology, etc. However, I think Tesla now, it's over 15 years old. It's been public for over 8 years, and their most recent quarters have shown that not only are they not making a profit still, but in fact their cash flow losses are steepening, and in fact are becoming more and more unprofitable. And so I think at this stage, at the time when the company should be hitting its production targets for the various models, still is constantly facing delays, mishaps, regulatory nightmares. And I think all that means that the company really needs to begin showing signs of life at this stage for investors to continue to give it its $50 billion valuation, despite seemingly never going to make any money from it. And I think one major risk for Tesla in the future as well that has not been as prevalent is that a lot of its current ability to even stay afloat has been based on regulatory support. There's been billions of dollars of subsidies, tax breaks, etc. over the years. And some nations recently, such as Hong Kong, Denmark, etc., have been taking those back. And when they are taken away, those benefits, we see Tesla sales plummet. And so as Tesla's situation worsens, as Musk's own eccentricities worsen. We saw in the most recent earnings call how he had that big fight with analysts on the call. And I think all that means that if the political
Eric,
and
we're
government
out of time, but we're gonna bypass Tesla for the moment.
Certainly.
He talked about those credits, and I bought an electric car where I got $10,000 in credits. I can tell you, I would not have bought it without those credits. Absolutely.
Exactly.
So a lot of concerns about Tesla going forward. Dow's down 43.